Hi, my name is Ayushman Bokre, and this is Order Processing System implementation using WebMethods 10.15. The idea is simple. A customer submits an order, and the system validates it, checks real-time inventory in an Oracle database, reserves stock for each items individually, and sends the customer a status update. Whether the order is fully confirmed, partially fulfilled, or rejected. It's built as two independent web methods packages talking to each other over REST backed by a real Oracle database with a stored procedure handling the reservation logic and a pub sub event that triggers the customer notification. Let me talk you through how it actually works. This is the README file available in my GitHub repo. It contains the architecture diagram of the system. The flow starts from client sending the order details using the place order exposed REST service, which is present inside the order processing package. The place order REST service then triggers the process order flow. Process order flow, first of all, validates the order details, then one by one loops each item and trigger the check and reserve item expose service, which is present inside the inventory package, that in turn triggers the check and reserve item flow. This flow, first of all, checks the item in the VW available inventory view. If the required quantity of the item is available, then a stored procedure named as update inventory reservation is being triggered. This will update the inventory reservation table, and once this is done, a response is being sent back to the process order flow. Using that response, the order response body is being built. Once this is done, a simple pub sub event will run that will trigger the send notification flow. This flow marks or logs the audit in the server log and also sends the notification to the user. Once this is done, the response body, which is already being prepared and named as order response, is being sent back to the user, and that completes the flow. So let's now talk about the order processing package. Inside the order processing package, we have API, document, services, and triggers folder. Inside the API, we have order REST resource. This is used to convert the place order flow into exposed post API. Inside the place order, I'll show you the inputs and outputs first. The input will be order request. These are the details of the order sent by the user. The items here is document list. In the API, it will be an array. And this is the order response. You can check the fields that we will be sending back to the user. Let's go back and check. Yeah. So inside the place order, we are triggering the process order flow. This flow holds the business logic. Let's go to the process order flow. First of all, the order details or the order is being validated. Once all the validation is done and the conditions are satisfied, we'll be moving to the main logic. It starts with a map step where we are declaring two variables. One is confirmed count, other one is pending count as 0. These will be used to check whether the order is completely placed, partially placed, or rejected. Now the loop part and the HTTP request part is placed inside the try block. Inside the loop, we are checking one item at a time using the check and reserve item expose service, which is present inside the inventory package, which we'll be discussing later on. So to send the body to the HTTP request or to the check and reserve item using the HTTP flow, first of all, we need to prepare the document. The input document for this will be reservation input. These are the fields it needs. And once we get the details, we have to convert this document to a JSON string because HTTP request doesn't take the document as an input. Then we pass this JSON string, provide the URL, provide the method which is post, the authentication ID and password. Header contains the content type which is JSON. Once that is done, the response will be received in the form of bytes, as you can see here. And the byte we have to convert back to string and string to document to use it in this flow. Once we get the document back, in this case the name of the response document is the reservation result. This field success is what we'll use to check whether the item is present or not. Okay, so once we get the response, we map the item's status or the values using the reservation result into the order response items block, and then we will check the success. If the item is present, then we'll increase the confirmed count variable. If it is not present, then the pending count variable will be incremented by 1. Once this thing is done, we'll jump to the branch step where we'll be checking whether the order is completely placed, partially placed, or rejected. If pending count is 0, that means all the items are present, and we'll update the overall status and message variable of the order response. If confirmed count is 0, that means all the items are not present, and the same will be done here. We'll be updating the overall status with rejected, and message will say something like order not placed. No items available, order not placed. And default will update the overall status as partially booked. Now, before going to the pub/sub, we will get the order response ready. Once the order response body or document is ready, we'll send or we'll publish the order confirmed event document, which in turn will trigger the send notification flow. This is the trigger, and this is the last flow. So once this starts running, it will prepare the body that needs to be sent to the user as notification, as well as it will update the audits in the server.log file. Once the body is prepared, we'll fire another HTTP request to send the notification to the user. Since I don't have any SMTP server, we are using mock API just to test it. After the send notification flow is completed, inside the process order, the response will be sent back to the place order flow, and place order will send the order response back to the API user. Let's now talk about the inventory package. Inside the inventory package, we have adapter, API, and services folder. Inside the API, we have check and reserve item exposed flow, which is being used by the process order flow to check whether the item is present in the required quantity or not, and to book the reservation of that particular item in the database. Let's go to the check and reserve item flow. So these are the inputs and outputs. For the input, we'll be needing these fields, and the response will be sending like this. The name of the input document is reservation input, and the output document is reservation result. Inside the flow, we are simply invoking the reserve item flow that holds the business logic. Let's go to the reserve item flow. So the very first thing that is happening here is we are invoking the check and reserve procedure, stored procedure. This this query will first of all check if the item in the required quantity is present or not in the database. If the item is there, then an insertion will happen into the inventory reservation table. And this is that stored procedure, update inventory reservation. You can see it's an insert query, but it is a bit complicated. That's why we were not able to use the insert adapter, and neither do we were able to use the custom adapter, as inside the custom adapter we won't be able to get the response in the form of row affected. So yeah, let's go back to the flow. Once this query runs, we'll be getting the row affected value. If the value is inserted, the row affected value will be 1, and will formulate the response as per the status true. If any other value comes, then we'll be formulating the response as per the success status false. And with this, the reserve item flow is completed, and now we can check the adapters. Let's go to check and reserve procedure. This is the stored procedure. So here we mentioned the name of the stored procedure, and in the parameters we provided the input values and the output value of that stored procedure. Next we have reservation ID query. After the insertion, this adapter will run and will get us the last inserted reservation ID. That is being used inside the reserve item flow to formulate the success true status response block. And yeah, with this the inventory package is completed. Let's now check all three conditions one by one. One where all the items present in the request body are available in the database in the required quantity, and once where the items are partially available in the database, once where none of the item is present in the database. On running this, the response that we are getting is this. You can see on your screens. Both the items are reserved, and if we check the database, we'll see right now the total count is 76, and on reloading you can see the total count changed to 78. Two rows got inserted for the two items. And also if we go to the logs, yeah, you can see the reservation logs, order status confirmed and the notification sent to this user, and this order ID has been sent to the user. Next is the partial completion. On running this, you will see one of the item is present in the database in the required quantity, other one is not. And for this as well, we can see the logs, order status partial, and notifications sent to the user. The last one is the rejected scenario. On running this, you will see the overall status is rejected and both the items are not present in the required quantity in our database. And for this as well, you can see the logs. These are the logs. So before closing the video, I want to show you few things. First one is the adapter configuration, JDBC adapter configuration. The one which we were using was inventory connection, and you can see how it is being configured. All the other details are present in the GitHub repository. All the password and the configuration details of the adapter as well as other configuration details are also present in here. Thank you so much for watching this video.